Hello everyone, I'd like to introduce you guys to your new project. This project we're going to call Devariant, which is a street name. And what you see in front of you is a site plan. And this package can be found in your project link under the project file should be named Devariant Planning Set. And I just want to warn you guys, this is only a planning set, which means that it's not really a construction document set. We still have more to do. But for now, this is what we're going to start with. And in our office, we typically create a preliminary set, and we don't go through the whole CDs quite yet. And we'll submit it to the planning department for their initial review. So that's the set that you have in front of you. A couple of things to be mindful of when you guys are completing this phase of the project is I'd like you guys to finish the site plan view. And the site plan view shall have, there's a couple of things missing, like this carport, all the textures for the flat work or the softscape. No need to draw this. I've actually erased this on your student file. And I'd like you guys to modify this area so that we can have 2 more cars parked outside. You don't have to have a roof. And of course, then that means that we're going to have to change this paver plan also a little bit. And I'm going to leave that kind of design work up to you guys. And of course, identify the project and the size and things like that. I'd like you to finish that at the very least. And we'll be adding more to this site plan sheet when we get to the CD portion of the project. Another thing that I'd like you guys to start figuring out is the project data and completing these things. So you'll be asked to, in this case, you can just copy this thing, but this is the actual APN number, the legal description, and the zoning label for this area at this part of the city. So go ahead and copy all of these figures down. And later on, I'll be asking you guys to fill in all of this information here too. And these information may change depending on your final layout of this project. On the second sheet, which you'll see a floor plan. Again, this floor plan is still a work in progress, meaning it's not a full construction document yet. This is only for the planning department. And for the planning department, we're just simply trying to show them how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, what the elevation looks like, what the size looks like, and most importantly, really, setbacks and stuff like that. Right, so like we're 5 feet away and 5 feet 2 away from the rear yard and things like that. So you can see the bathroom's not completely done yet, although we did label them, and you guys will be touching them up in the future. But this is here so that you guys can actually create your own floor plan. Now, if you make minor changes from this particular plan, I'm really not going to mind. Although I don't want to turn this into a design project, so I like you guys to stay as close to the kind of the layout and the size as close as possible. But if you don't get these windows exactly 9'8" and things like that, it's really okay. And if your project is slightly larger or smaller, that's also okay. And part of that is because I'm not giving you guys all the dimensions here, and you guys will have to guess a few of them. So I don't mind that at all. All right, as long as the layout looks reasonable. And frankly, I don't mind you guys all having individual projects, because really at this stage, it's not about copying the plans. It's about really figuring out the type of information you need to put on a construction document. So go ahead and initially, I'd like you to use this as a reference to create the floor plan on the project. Oh, and by the way, this project is actually an ADU. I forget to kind of explain that earlier. What this is it's a long lot, and it has a single family residence or a house in the front of the lot with a garage in the back. So our clients wanted us to add a second unit in the rear. And usually if it's a single family zone, you could only have one house on the lot. But now with California passing a new ordinance, it's called the ADU ordinance, ADU, which is an acronym for accessory dwelling unit. And in effect, what that does is it allows you to put a second home onto a house on a lot that was typically only one house was allowed to be built. So It's a pretty good opportunity for a lot of homeowners who have large land to be able to add a second house in the rear, you know, for their family members or maybe even to rent. And so in our project, we're going to show that we have a house and a garage, and we're going to add a new 2-story ADU, approximately 1,200 square feet. And then again, this elevation is still pretty bare bones, but we're basically showing how tall it is because the planning department wants to kind of know what the size of this building is going to be. So this is pretty much all we want to show at the moment, but we plan to make it, you know, look a little bit nicer for our school project. I like to put some shadows in here and some textures on the wall and things like that. So we will continue to touch up this elevation as we move further on into construction document. All right, so what you guys will see in your student folder link is this Devarian as-built, or right here in the title, Devarian AB. And it'll just simply show you the front of the house with some rough walls. We really don't need any of this wall because we're just going to show the outline of the house on the site plan, saying that's the house that's pre-existing, and this is a garage that's already existing, and your unit will be in the back. So for the next week or two, you will be creating a Revit model that has a floor plan and a roof and the whole bit. Okay, so we will see you guys in the next demo where we will start to do our floor plan.